What's up YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we'll be doing a $1,000 half dollar hunt from our local Fifth Third Bank. These are all Brinks rolls, and I've also got our silver chest next to us here to show off all the silver that we have found this year. It is quite a little stack of silver that we're hoping to add to, and I shouldn't even say hope, because I know I've already opened the box and kind of just checked all the enders. Let me get this out of here. We already know we've got a 90%er because buried down here, let me see if I can get it out, we have ourselves a 1964 90% silver ender right in the box. So I'm hoping this is a good sign and that we'll find a whole lot more silver inside some of these other rolls. So I can't wait to get into this box. I hope you're excited as well. So let's get to it. All right, well, I did post a little, what do we call it, a little survey on my community page to see if we should live stream these boxes or if I should just make a video. And at least within the first 5 hours of me having that posted, the overwhelming majority, about 70%, said just make a video. So that's what we're doing. 2023 Philadelphia there. For those of you that may be new to this channel, we are coin roll hunting these half dollars to find silver, as well as any kind of numismatically relevant coin, like not intended for circulation coins or various mint errors and varieties, like the 1974 D double die obverse. Those coins can come with a hefty little premium, so we always keep our eye out for them. We're also looking for our San Francisco, both proofs and silver proofs. Those are always exciting to find. And then just kind of anything else we find that's interesting along the way. Now what I'm doing here is edge hunting, and it's where we're just looking at the edges of the coins to see if anything that jumps out at us. All these really blingy looking ones appear to be all 2023 Philadelphias. I forgot to look at the mint mark on some of those. I'm going to get through probably the first 10 rolls here just to see if we have any silver in these guys. Because we do have that 90% that I showed you there in the intro, so hopefully we can find some more along the way. Silver's still up around $29, $29 to $30, which is way up. And that means that our 90% silver pieces end up being worth about 10 or 11 bucks a piece. So we're always excited to find those, and our 40%ers are probably worth about $4.25 to $4.50. I haven't checked them today to see the exact price, but we'll do that before the end of the video. For those of you that have been following along, I have been absent for the last probably 6 or 7 days, 8 days on YouTube because I have been in Orlando and I have been in Dallas, chasing my daughter around for her club volleyball end-of-season national tournaments. And we just got back from Dallas Monday night where the girls took third in the Junior National Volleyball Championship. So that was exciting. Unfortunately, they didn't get first place like they did in Orlando 2 weeks ago. But still, it was great to go and support her and watch the team do well. So we're going to do 2 more rolls on camera. And then I will go off camera, and as we find things, I'll be sure to bring you in. And like I said, hopefully we'll find some silver before we get all the way to that bottom rack. Let's see here. That is a 71. It looked a little grayish. And again, for those of you that have never coin roll hunted, we're looking for like a solid gray edge. That's how we know that's going to be a silver half dollar. All right, here's roll number 10. And so far, this box looks like a lot of clad with a lot of 2023s in there. All right, well, I will bring you guys in as soon as we find something interesting. We got through those first 10 rolls and didn't find much of anything. We were getting through rolls 11 through 20. You can see I've stopped here on roll number 18. And I just got the paper pulled back, and what we were looking for just showed up. Look at that solid silver edge. That almost has to be a 90% silver coin. Let's check it out together. So no D mint mark on the back. So if it's a 64, it is a Philly. And it is a 64. So 90% silver on the box. Excited to have it. As I said earlier, I'll do the coin apps value or the melt value at the end of the video based on any silver we find. But just off the cuff, I'm going to say about 10 bucks for this coin. So I'll take it all day long. So we're getting through these last 5 rolls at the top of the box, and you can see I'm looking forward to that 90%er here in the bottom half. But getting through rolls 21 through 25. Here's roll number 23, and I'm just bringing you in because we've got our first NIFC of the hunt. We've got ourselves a 2003 Philadelphia. It's a little bit gunked up, but again, going to be super low mintage and honestly shouldn't be in circulation. Still getting through those last 5 rolls of the top rack. It's roll number 25, and we've got our next find here. We've got ourselves a 2006 Philadelphia NIFC. All right, so for the bottom half, I actually started on this side because it was the side that had our 90% silver half dollar. And the roll that I just opened, this would be roll 33, was a complete roll of 2023 Philadelphias, which is a little unfortunate, so it's a whole roll wasted. But hiding back here as roll number 34, here's our 1964 90% half dollar. Let's go ahead and get this open, see if it's got any friends in there. And it'd be awesome if it did. Got a grayish tone there, but I don't think that's going to be silver. And we look like we probably just have this one on the outside. So 1964, no mint mark on the back. It would be right over here by this fig leaf, I guess. But our second 90% half dollar on the hunt. Let's see this kind of grayish tone here. 1972. And of course, lots of 2023 Philadelphias. Let's go ahead and get roll number 35 open here on camera, just in case some silver continues. And then I will go off camera and hopefully bring you in before we get to the end of the box. 23. So nothing there. All right. Well, hopefully we find a little something more in the next 15 rolls. So I just ripped the paper off of roll number 40, what is this? Roll number 43, and as you can see, I've already got the roll all the way out. I didn't see this when I first pulled the paper back, but if you look in there, hopefully you saw it right there. It looked just a little coppery to me, so I didn't think to look any more closely, but after I got the paper off, sure enough, we've got ourselves a 1967 40% half dollar. Well, we have reached the end of box number 1, and we did have, let's see here, 3. We had 7 finds. We'll start down here. We did get a couple of 2003s, both Phillies, and a couple of 2006s, also both Phillies. They're pretty ugly and beat up, so they'll definitely be going back to the bank. But this box is a winner in my opinion. A couple of 90% silvers and a 1967 40% silver, which is pretty awesome. Again, just rough math, call it about $14 or $15 worth of silver. We'll do an exact value at the end of the video. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into box number 2. So here we have box number 2. I did check for enders, didn't see any silver, but we do have a 2005 NIFC, so it's possible we may have a little NIFC dump in here. We'll see. Typically when we have silver enders, we always hope for a silver dump. 3 does not quite make a silver dump, but 3 is better than most boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and open the first 5 rolls here on camera just to see what this box is looking like. And as you can see, we've got lots and lots of 2023s. This time, almost entirely Denvers. And we've got a lot of these black marked side coins here in roll number 1. So again, let's hope that doesn't continue for too long. We did have about 4 or 5 completely full 2023 Philadelphia rolls in that last box. It's a really nice 1998D, a really nice 1988D, and the rest of those look like they're going to be 2023 Denvers. So 3 more rolls here real quick on camera, and I really do hope we find some silver in this second box. We started the silver streak last week or week before, and I love it when it continues for a couple of weeks in a row. Of course, I'm always on the hunt for that next big epic box, which we haven't seen one of those now in quite some time. It was back in February, I want to say. We had a really big box of silver, and that is always awesome, especially with silver, $29, $30, $31 an ounce. Let's see here. 1973D, which we'll check for, which we will be checking that for a DDO. And we've got a 2005 Denver here in roll number 5, so maybe we'll just end up with a handful of 2005s. Because I have been getting that a lot lately too. If I get a couple of really shiny coins, I end up almost with a whole roll of them by the time we get to the end. All right, well with that, I'm going to go ahead, keep going, and hopefully we'll find some silver or some errors, and I'll bring you in soon. Well, we're getting through the last 10 rolls of box number 2. It's been a little bit of a stinker. I'm going through my rolls and stacking them up. I have come across a couple of NIFCs, which we'll cover in the wrap-up. I'm getting through. This is roll 41 or 42. I've got them laid out. I didn't count them. I've just been going back through them. And we've come across our first variety in quite some time. We've got it here under the scope. We've got a 1971D. Now, for those of you that don't know, there's a DDO that's possible over here in the word trust, and there is a DDO that's possible over here in the N of in God. And if we get this one under the scope, you will see right here we have, and I don't have the FS number in front of me, it's probably the 102. We have a really good example of that FS, I believe 102, and that you can see double serifs on both sides of the eye, here and here and here and here. And you can see some double serifs here on the bottom of the eye. And you can even see we've got some splitting of the serifs here on the N. And a lot of times I do like to pass a shadow over it to help differentiate. Oops, and I'm struggling because it's so zoomed in. But if you can get a shadow to go over that, sometimes those serifs will pop right out and make it a little bit easier to see. Especially here on the, where's my finger? There on the N. Let's check out trust. I haven't looked at that yet. Let's see if we've got it over here on the other side of the coin. A lot of times you won't find it on both sides. But I would even say over here we've got just a little bit of splitting on the U. It's very, very minor. I don't know if it's enough that I would have caught this the first time through, but because I'm looking at that N, perhaps we've got a little bit of splitting over here. Like this S looks a little bit funny down here on the base. But if I were to guess, this is going to be the FS, I'm going to say it's the 102. I will go ahead and throw some images up on the screen of what this looks like on PCGS along with some values because it's been a while since I've priced one of these. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a good one, if you think it's a bad one, or if you disagree with my assessment altogether. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and keep getting through these coins. It's been a lot of 2023s, no silver, nothing else of real interest other than those couple of NIFCs, which like I said, we'll cover at the end of the video. Well, as predicted, we've reached the end of the box. We didn't find anything else in those last 10 rolls, but let's do a quick wrap-up. We'll get to the silver last. This was all from box number 1. I didn't pull the NIFCs back from box number 1. I've already rewrapped them because they weren't very nice. But in box number 2, we did come across a 2004 Philly, seen better days, and 2 2005 Denvers. This one's actually pretty nice. We also did get a 2006 Philly, also in pretty decent condition. We got a little bit of wear, but also pretty nice. Now this 1971 FS-102, I did look it up on PCGS. This coin is actually in pretty decent shape. We still have okay luster on it. It does have a little bit of wear. I don't think this would, or personally I don't think it would get to an AU58, but a 1971 FS-102 and AU58, according to PCGS, graded and slabbed, would be worth, I just had it up, about $38, I think is what it had in there, $32, somewhere in there. Again, I'll put that up on the screen. It was somewhere in that range. Now, it would probably cost me on the order of $30 or $40 to get this graded, so if I were to sell this, I would sell it just raw and try to get as much money as I could for it. On eBay right now, a coin such as this one is selling recently as low as only about $3 to as high as about $18, $19, somewhere in that range. So if you can find the right buyer, you've got yourself a decent little coin here. This is the kind of coin that I just flip up and hang on to, though. Occasionally, I'll throw it in my store over at gacoinsandcollectibles.com. Now, Over here onto the silver, we did end up with a couple of 1964 Philly 90%ers and a 1967 Philly 40%er. And these three coins, according to coin apps, which I'll throw up on the screen, it's worth just a little over $25 at today's melt value. Now, with premiums, you could probably get another extra dollar for each of these coins and maybe an extra 10, 15, 25 cents, something like that for your 40%er. So I would say somewhere between $25 and maybe $28 on the open market today. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end it here. I did enjoy this one. Anytime we find silver, it's always a good hunt in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as well. If you did like it, let me know. Drop on down below. Leave me a comment. While you're down there, click that like button because it helps me out in the algorithm and it encourages other people to see the video. If you're new to the channel and you like this and you want to see more of my other content, make sure you check out my channel, but also make sure you drop down below, click that subscribe button, and then click that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I do release a new video. Special shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for supporting the channel each and every month. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be back from all my volleyball stuff. I'll be back in the saddle trying to get back to like 2 videos a week, and I'm going to try to live stream at least once or twice a month moving forward as long as I can. One exciting thing is I do have a box of dollars waiting for me at the bank, and so it'll be my first full dollar box video in probably about 6 months. So if you like dollar hunts, that is coming up here pretty soon, so stay tuned. With that, I hope you're all doing well, take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.